Another American MQ-9 Reaper has just been blasted out of the sky over Yemen. And this time it's getting harder to dismiss it as just another incident. Because this wasn't a lucky shot. This wasn't some random militia firing blindly into the air. A heavily armed group with no air force, no modern military, and no billion-dollar defense industry just took down one of the most advanced drones the United States has ever built. Again, wreckage images spreading online quickly confirmed what crashed: an MQ-9 Reaper, America's elite unmanned hunter-killer drone. And the people responsible? The Houthis, an Iran-backed force operating from western Yemen. No fighter jets, no stealth aircraft, no massive defense budget. Yet somehow they keep knocking America's most sophisticated drones out of the sky. At first, analysts called it surprising. Now, it's becoming a pattern. And the bigger question is no longer, can they do it? It's, why does this keep happening? Because every time one of these drones falls, it sends a message far bigger than Yemen. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why military planners in Washington are paying very close attention. First, you need to understand what the MQ-9 Reaper actually is. This is not a normal surveillance drone. The MQ-9 is one of the deadliest unmanned platforms in the American arsenal. It's built for long-endurance surveillance, precision strikes, target tracking, and covert military operations. It can stay in the air for more than 24 hours, fly above 40,000 feet, and identify targets from miles away with extraordinary precision. For years, the United States has used these drones across Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. But what really made the Reaper infamous was the weapon often mounted beneath it, the AGM-114 R9X Hellfire missile, nicknamed the Flying Ginsu. Unlike a traditional missile, this weapon doesn't explode. Seconds before impact, 6 razor-sharp blades deploy outward, turning the missile into a high-speed kinetic weapon designed to eliminate a target with extreme precision while minimizing collateral damage. No fireball, no massive blast radius, just a surgical strike. And now platforms carrying weapons like that are being destroyed by a non-state armed group. That's what makes this story so significant. Now let's talk numbers. Since late 2023, the Houthis claim they've shot down more than 20 MQ-9 Reapers. American officials publicly acknowledge fewer losses, but independent military trackers estimate the real confirmed number likely falls somewhere between 17 and 19. Either way, the cost is enormous. Each MQ-9 Reaper is worth roughly $30 million. That means the US has potentially lost well over $500 million in drones over Yemen alone. And the financial damage is only part of the problem. The real damage is operational, because these drones are not just weapons. They are the eyes of American military operations. They monitor targets, track movement on the ground, provide intelligence for airstrikes, and help commanders maintain real-time battlefield awareness. When one goes down, that surveillance network loses coverage. Blind spots appear. Targeting becomes harder. Strike accuracy suffers. And that is exactly what the Houthis want. They are not just destroying equipment. They are disrupting America's ability to operate effectively in the region. So how are they doing it? That's the part worrying defense analysts the most. According to multiple reports, the Houthis are using Iranian-supplied surface-to-air missile systems, including the so-called 358 missile. This weapon is unusual because it behaves like a hybrid between a drone and a missile. It can loiter in the air before engaging targets and is reportedly capable of hitting aircraft at high altitude from distances approaching 100 kilometers. The Houthis have also relied on older Soviet-era air defense systems inherited from Yemen's pre-war military stockpiles. At the same time, Houthi spokesmen frequently claim these weapons are locally manufactured. Whether that's entirely true or partly propaganda is almost irrelevant now, because the outcome remains the same. Multi-million-dollar American drones are still falling from the sky. And here's where the story becomes even more uncomfortable for Washington. Earlier this year, the Trump administration dramatically expanded the U.S. bombing campaign against Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. The operation intensified far beyond previous years, targeting launch sites, infrastructure, and senior leadership figures. The official goal was clear: stop Houthi attacks on Red Sea shipping lanes. But instead of backing down, the Houthis escalated. Since that expanded campaign began, several additional MQ-9 drones have reportedly been shot down. The airstrikes continued. The warnings continued. The drones kept falling, and the cycle never stopped. For decades, American air power operated under one basic assumption. U.S. drones could fly in uncontested airspace. Most adversaries simply lacked the technology to challenge them effectively. That assumption is now collapsing. And Yemen may be the clearest example of it happening in real time. The Houthis are not a conventional military force. They do not possess advanced fighter jets or massive radar networks. Yet, through asymmetric warfare, Iranian missile technology, and increasingly sophisticated air defenses, they have managed to repeatedly neutralize one of America's premier unmanned systems. And the cost imbalance here is staggering. The missiles used to destroy these drones cost only a fraction of what an MQ-9 costs to build. That means the Houthis can continue this strategy far longer and far cheaper than the United States can comfortably absorb. And that raises a much larger question. Is America's current drone warfare model becoming outdated? Because the MQ-9 was designed for an era when the United States dominated the skies without serious resistance. That era is changing. Modern battlefields are increasingly shaped by cheaper, mass-produced weapons capable of threatening systems that cost tens of millions of dollars each. Even powerful militaries are being forced to adapt. The U.S. Air Force operates roughly 280 MQ-9 Reapers, and a noticeable portion of that fleet has already been lost to Houthi air defenses alone. Every drone destroyed represents more than lost money. It means lost intelligence, reduced operational reach, and growing doubts about a doctrine built around technological superiority. Years ago, the MQ-9 Reaper symbolized uncontested American dominance from the sky. But in Yemen, it is becoming something else, a recurring trophy for a militant group with no formal air force. And that is not just a battlefield problem. It's a warning about the future of warfare itself. Because the real issue is no longer whether American drone strategy needs to evolve. It clearly does. The real question is whether that evolution is happening fast enough while America's adversaries are already adapting to a completely different kind of war. If you enjoyed the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown.